This is from, Paul, and he's got a question about secondary markets.
Hey, Jason, it's Paul Holloman. It's been a long time since dinner in Chinatown. It seems like 100 years ago. It was just February. So I'm an angel investor. My question is about secondary markets. How often do you take secondary on your investments? When you do take secondary, do you do it at a premium or a discount to the last valuation? And as a percentage of your investments, how often do you take some chips off the table? That's my question. Thanks.
All right, I get this question a lot, and I was in fact having a discussion with a group of friends this past week, some of my besties, I'll leave it at that, and we were talking about when to liquidate certain investments. In terms of at what price to do it, a discount to the last round, a premium to the last round, the good news is you're going to get an offer in most cases. Somebody's going to want to buy those private company shares, in which case you're going to You might have a little bit of negotiating room. They might want to pay $12 a share. You could ask for 14 and wind up at 13 or 12.50 or 13.50. So there's probably going to be a market already that has established the price. So you don't have to worry about that. What you really have to worry is at what percentage do you want to sell? So I'll give you some examples. I was able to take advantage of secondary income. One time we invested when it was $5 million, when it hit $250 million. I thought for the sake of the syndicate, we'll sell 10%, give a quick distribution. Everybody can make a multiple on their capital invested and still have 90% left. Because you don't want to be the person who sells all of their Uber at $4 billion, which somebody did. And Uber's worth $80 billion at the time we're talking about this. So, that person got millions of dollars, 5 years before I did. But they missed the big run up in Uber from $4 billion to $80 billion. So that would have been a 20x on millions of dollars. In other words, tens of millions of dollars if they had just held on for 5 years. So it's really easy to buy shares in a company. You just write the check and they'll cash it real quick. It's when the company's public, it's pretty easy to sell. And when it's secondary, it's pretty easy to sell as well. But the third option, to sit on your hands and do nothing, that is the skill of an investor. Knowing when to not sell is so important. And man, that last double or triple can be the yum yum. That could be the yum yum that you're waiting for. So be careful. I look at it also as, where are you at life? When I had Weblogs Inc. and we got that $30 million offer from AOL and I was negative 10,000 in my bank account, Brian Alvey and I were like, we're selling. We're taking the money. We're securing the bag. We're securing that for our families and our extended families. We grabbed the bag and we ran. We ran as fast as we could with that bag of money. Now it's like, it's not so motivating for me to make $2 million on an investment if I think it can go 10x and get to 20, or it can go 100x and get to 200. I'm sticking around. I want to see what happens. So I am less inclined, as my net worth has increased, to sell. And, the market is overheated right now. I think taking 10, 20, 30% off, you will never feel bad. Selling 50%, 75%, or 100%, I think you could feel bad. And some things are out of your control. So I think it's good discipline to think this through. And I think selling maybe 10% twice before an IPO sounds like a good idea to me. That's probably what I'll wind up doing in most situations. So whether it's Robinhood, Calm, Uber, any of those, Wealthfront, Thumbtack, companies we've invested in, DataStax, we are going to look at those and say, Desktop Metal, maybe we'll sell 10% if we have the chance, 20% before an IPO, but we'll keep the rest. And I really, as a fund manager now, I want to have that moment like I had with Uber where we distributed shares to people. That's a great feeling. I don't want my companies getting bought. I want to give shares. I was in some funds that had Square in it, and they shipped me those Square shares, and I sold half the Square shares, but I held half. Square's gone on a run, baby. I look at that Square and I'm like, I got 1 million Square, and I didn't even know. Square had Square Cash. I love you, Jack. Keep working hard.